Let's now turn our focus from Maharashtra to Kerala, where the Governor Arif Mohammad Khan has inspired yet another round of protests. No, this time it is not left politicians who are on the streets, it is journalists. Now, yesterday in Kochi, Governor Khan threw a fit and refused to speak to the press if journalists from two media organizations were not asked to leave. Both Kairali TV and MediaOne TV are what the governor calls cadre media, or media that is affiliated to the left front government in Kerala and routinely slams the governor. Today, Arif Mohammad Khan, in fact, yesterday, Arif Mohammad Khan had accused the reporters of both these outlets, that is Kairali News and MediaOne channel, of being biased towards the CPIM. He had also earlier termed the media personnel cadres of political parties after several pointed questions were asked of him. So yesterday what happened, and you will just take a look at that, he was in Kochi, there were press people who were gathered, and Governor Khan threw a fit and said he will not speak to the press till media representatives of these two channels were not thrown out. Take a look at what happened.
I won't talk to anybody from Kairali. If any camera is there, I will walk away. I hope there is no Kairali here. I hope there is no MediaOne here. Is there any MediaOne?
Now, that was what happened yesterday. That clip has since gone viral, because of which you're seeing the protests that we saw are right outside Raj Bhavan today. And all these people who are protesting are journalists. Now, several prominent leaders from both Congress and left, in fact, also joined this protest. The leader of the opposition, V.D. Satishan, and former finance minister Isaac were also participating in this march. Let's listen into them.
അദ്ദേഹം വളരെ മോശമായ പദങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ടാണ് വ്യക്തിപരമായി എന്നെ ആക്ഷേപിച്ചത്. വളരെ മോശമായ പദപ്രയോഗങ്ങൾ നടത്തിയിട്ടാണ്. ഞാൻ ഈ സ്ഥാനത്തിരിക്കാൻ യോഗ്യനല്ല, എനിക്ക് കുറേ കൂടി കാര്യങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കേണ്ടതുണ്ട്, എനിക്ക് ഇന്റഗ്രിറ്റി ഇല്ല തുടങ്ങിയ വാക്കുകളാണ് അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞത്. പക്ഷേ അദ്ദേഹം ഇതുപോലെ എല്ലാവരെക്കുറിച്ചും പരാമർശങ്ങൾ നടത്തുകയാണ്. വളരെ മോശമായ പരാമർശങ്ങൾ നടത്തുകയാണ്. ആ പദവിയുടെ അന്തസ് എന്താണ് എന്ന് അറിയാതെയാണ് അദ്ദേഹം പലപ്പോഴും പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നത്.
ഭരണകക്ഷി പ്രതിപക്ഷ വ്യത്യാസമില്ലാതെ കേരളത്തിലെ മുഴുവൻ രാഷ്ട്രീയ പ്രവർത്തകരും സാമൂഹ്യ പ്രവർത്തകരും ഒരു കാര്യത്തിൽ യോജിക്കുകയാണ്. അത് കേരളത്തിലെ മാധ്യമ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം അഭംഗരം സംരക്ഷിക്കപ്പെടണം. അതിനെതിരായിട്ടുള്ള എല്ലാ വെല്ലുവിളികളെയും ചെറുക്കണം. ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ഗവർണർ ഇതിന്റെ ഒരു സന്ദേശം മനസ്സിലാക്കുമെന്ന് ഞാൻ കരുതുകയാണ്.
Let me go across to our guests who are joining us this evening. VP Shri Padmanabha is the Kerala State BJP spokesperson. Joining us on the broadcast, we have Sebestian Paul, who's the CBIM spokesperson. Also with us on the show, K.A. Shaji was someone who was out on the streets in Trivandrum protesting today. And we have Ashutosh, who is with us in his capacity as a senior journalist, also member of the Editors Guild, I believe. K.A. Shaji, let me quickly come to you first and help understand from you, why did journalists in Kerala get so touchy about what the governor did yesterday? Fact is that, you know, some political parties will have some problems with some media houses. Routinely, there are people from some media houses that are asked not to attend press briefings of certain political parties. All this is part of the game, many would say. Why take offense?
We've already seen the footage of what happened yesterday. And we can reach at the easy conclusion that there was no provocation. Without any provocation, the governor told two media persons to go outside the venue of the press meet. And another thing is that these people not went there voluntarily, or they never went inside and after his reaction. Instead, the Raj Bhavan has informed all the media houses, including the MediaOne and the Kairali TV, and told them that the governor is ready to meet the press and he is holding a press meet in the Kochi guest house. And after that, these media houses, as per the instructions from the Raj Bhavan, they sent a mail to the governor's office. They wish to depute such and such persons to cover the press meet. Then after they sent the mail, the governor's office given them the confirmation, they given the necessary permission. Only that these two media persons along with other media people went there to the guest house in Kochi and they attended the press meet. And before they were asking any question without any provocation. The governor has behaved very rudely to these two particular media persons, and he named the particular news organizations, and he said he is not ready to talk to them. It is against the basics of the press freedom, and that is why we together, all the journalists in Kerala, irrespective of our affiliations, irrespective of the media managements, irrespective of the whatever the political and social ideologies they pursue, we came together and we organized a massive protest march to the Raj Bhavan, and we just asked the governor to apologize.
Okay. No, the apology is not coming, and I don't think, the protest is going to impact the health of the governor, Arif Mohammad Khan. I mean, he has had constant run-ins with the government. So chances are that, the apology will not come. But Ashutosh, I want to get you in here. K. Shaji, who is one of the protesting journalists in Kerala, is telling us that, what happened was without any provocation. The governor says, and has said in the past, that these two media houses, and these are not the only two media houses, are what he terms cadre media that is affiliated to the left in Kerala, and routinely attacks him. Now, if the governor feels attacked by these two media houses and feels that they are not being fair to him, many people can say he's giving a soundbite, and it is his complete right to decide who he speaks to and who he doesn't speak to.
No, but see, Shreya, I think this entire attitude, it seems that there has to be certain decorum which has to be followed. The press freedom is a very sacrosanct press freedom in the country. And he might not agree with what that TV channel is doing. He might not agree with the editorial policy of a particular newspaper. But to say that I will not speak to them or something like that, that is his democratic right. But the tone and the tenor in which he spoke, it's very obvious. And I think that is something which has to be questioned here. I fail to understand by that logic. Look at it, what is happening to the media in the last few years. Most of the media has suddenly become a cadre-hold media of the governments. And second thing, I think, which is more important is the way these governors are behaving. I think that is also very objectionable. And these governors, they treat their chief ministers like their enemies. And accordingly, they do all kinds of things. I think governor, when the Constituent Assembly was deciding about the role of the governor, it was very, very clear. Governor will be there. The state administration will run in the name of the governor. But chief minister will be supreme and chief minister will be sovereign. And that it was also discussed that if there is an elected governor, then what will happen? Obviously, there will be two power centers, and that is why he is not elected with a selected government. But if governor behaves like himself or herself behaves like a party cadre, then what to do? And most of the governors who are in the opposition-ruled state, they are behaving like a party cadre. So I think, and I'm really amazed because I know Arif Mohammad Khan Saab for a very, very long time. And I know he's a Democrat by heart. But the way he has been behaving in Kerala as a governor, I think is not adding any dignity to that post.
Coming here, VP Sri Padmanabhan, the governor of the state, Arif Mohammad Khan, has accused not just MediaOne or Kairali TV of being cadre media. He has said that these two media organizations, amongst others, constantly attack them, which is why we saw what happened yesterday. But Ashutosh is saying, here you have a governor who is acting like the cadre of a political party. That is the BJP. So what the governor is accusing these media houses of, he is doing exactly the same. So why should he be spared? If he behaves like a politician, he will have to bear with the criticism that comes as part of being a politician.
See, what these people are doing, this KWJ, the Kerala Working Journalists Union, they are fighting the case of a terrorist called Siddiq in Supreme Court, who went before the Supreme Court filing petitions after petitions for Siddiq Kapan, a terrorist, this KWJ. So is that the work of a journalist organization to file petitions after petitions stating that Siddiq Kapan is going to die? He will die if he is not given proper treatment. And what happened? The doctors of the Institute of Medical Science told there is nothing so-called known. This is for this man who these people told he was going to die. In few days he will die if he doesn't get treatment. So this organization called Kerala Working Journalists Union is indulging in all sorts of activities which are not supposed to be done by a union of the journalists. Number one. Number two, I don't agree with this type of confrontation between governor and media, because governor, if he is the part of one pillar, the journalism, the media, the journalists are the fourth pillar, the fourth estate, the fourth pillar of our democracy. So they should cooperate and go together. I don't agree with these two having confrontation between them. So everybody should restrain themselves. My opinion. But this Kerala working.
Okay, Mr. Padmanabhan.
Okay.
You know, I'm just going to say something. I'm just going to say something, and you help me with whether my understanding of what you have said is correct. Essentially, you, Mr. Padmanabhan, have called the Kerala Working Journalists Association anti-national for supporting Kappan Siddique, right? That is what you're saying. And you're saying that they are in any case indulging in activities which are questionable. So don't take these guys too seriously and their protest too seriously.
Filing petitions after petitions.
Yes, I understood you correctly.
Shreya,
can I?
As a member of the Kerala Union of Working Journalists, I prefer to disagree. It is quite shameful for us to brand the terrorists. We are not terrorists.
Raji, the question is, I will answer.
No, ek to Siddique Kappan, who has he been termed a terrorist by any court in this country? I'll let both K. Shaji and Ashutosh respond to this. Ashutosh, if you would want to go first, and then I'll get
I'm really amazed to listen to the spokesperson of a national political party who is a government at the center.
Exactly.
I think he should think about it, what he has said. Which court has pronounced Siddique Kappan a terrorist? I want to know that. If the court has not pronounced it, then Mr. Padmanabhan should apologize to the national media. He cannot take law in his hand. He cannot call somebody terrorist. Maybe tomorrow, if the court exonerates him with all the charges, will he apologize? So I think, Mr. Padmanabhan, I did not disturb you. Mr. Padmanabhan, I did not disturb you. Let me speak first. Let me speak. Then you respond. Mr. Padmanabhan, Mr. Padmanabhan, please have civility. I did not disturb you. I did not disturb you when speaking. Mr. Padmanabhan, have some civility.
Compromise party, Aam Aadmi party is party.
Can you ask him to shut up?
Mr. Padmanabhan, no need to get personal. Let Ashutosh speak. I'll come to Shaji and then I'll come to you as well. Everyone gets a chance in this channel to speak. Let Ashutosh say what he's saying, and then I'll give you a chance to respond.
I think for a reasonable and a serious discussion, the person concerned has to be civil while articulating. I can have a problem with the way he spoke. He can have a problem with the way I spoke. But the issue is, when I'm speaking, he should not disturb me. And he, being a spokesperson of the national political party, he should know that I should not teach him how to speak. The point number one, this constitution very clearly sets up that unless you are pronounced guilty by the court, nobody has a right to pronounce somebody a criminal. The case is still going on in the court of law. If Padmanabhan thinks that he's a terrorist, he has all the rights to say that. But if he is pronouncing in public, he should be careful. Because then he is violating the constitution. He is violating the rule of law in this country. I cannot turn around and say him that with certain names, which I don't want to say that. But I think as a nationalist spokesperson, he should know that what he's speaking and if he is violating the constitution.
Okay. Okay, Shaji, you wanted to come in as well because there are questions that Mr. Padmanabhan has raised about your organizations to say if an organization supports Siddique Kappan, then well, you can guess what the intentions of that organization are and what their leanings are. So don't take them seriously. Okay, I believe we've lost our connection to K. Shaji. We'll try and get him in just a bit. But Sebestian Paul, you're joining us from the CPIM. You're the ruling dispensation in Kerala. Please help me understand just exactly where this fight with the governor will, go. How long will this go on? There's a running fight with the political establishment, with the ruling government in the state of Kerala over one issue over another. Now you have journalists who have a problem with the governor as well. How long is this going to go on? Because the only headlines we seem to get out of Kerala these days is the governor and the government fighting, or the governor and the press fighting.
I fear that the Honorable Governor is paving the way for invoking Article 356. Article 356 says about the constitutional breakdown of the constitutional machinery. Yesterday, the Governor used another word, constitutional collapse. That is a grave issue, a very difficult issue. It should not have happened anywhere in the country. But who is responsible for that? First, the governor was at war with the state government, the elected chief minister, and the council of ministers. Then he was up in arms against the vice chancellors, not one or two, but nearly 12 vice chancellors. Now he is at war with the media. He classified the media unreasonably into friendly media and hostile media. And he has given a word for this hostile media, counter media. I don't know what is meant by that. The governor, as the constitutional head of the state, he has a right to speak to anybody, and the media was along with him, supporting him all the while. But now he has turned hostile to certain media, and in a most uncivilized manner, after inviting and admitting the journalists in his press conference room, he asked a few of the channels to go out, get out. That was the word used by him. It is a very serious matter. He has no respect for constitutional organization. He has no respect for the agencies of our democratic system, the role played by the media, all those things. And now the BJP spokesman has unnecessarily brought in the case of Siddiq Kapan. That is not the issue here. The issue is how the governor, the constitutional
that is not the issue here. But what Mr. Padmanabhan has said, is saying is that if there is a group of working journalists who support someone like Siddiq Kapan, then you can guess the integrity of that very group. K. Shachi, you were very upset with what the BJP spokesperson has said. You were raising your hand. Please go ahead and respond to him if you wish to.
First of all, I wish to tell you that Kerala Union of Working Journalists is a single representative organization comprising all journalists in Kerala. It has members of journalists from Janmabhoomi. Janmabhoomi is the official mouthpiece of the BJP in Kerala. It has members from Janam TV. Janam TV is the BJP channel in Kerala. And if Padmanabhan is very much particular about the terrorist links of KUWJ, first he has to tell his own people in Janmabhoomi and Janam TV to move out of the KUWJ at the earliest. This is the basic he has to do before making such wild allegations. We have been an organization for long. We have credentials, we have credibility, and we have been raising the common concerns of journalists, and we are standing for the basic rights of the journalists. And we are proud of whatever we have been doing in the past. And we never ever indulged in any kind of terrorist activities. But we are particular, because in the case of Kapan, Kapan is a member of the KUWJ, still he is a member, and he was the former General Secretary of the Delhi unit of the KUWJ. And it is our duty. A journalist has been taken into custody illegally, and he has been arrested and incarcerated on questionable grounds. And so we approached the court, we approached the Supreme Court, we approached all the judicial system in the country, not into any terrorist activities. We used our democratic rights, we used the constitution, we approached the different courts in the country. Then Padmanabhan is abusing and accusing us for hobnobbing with the terrorists. Then it is this is a kind of distortion. This kind of distortion is the biggest danger this country is facing.
Okay, Mr. Padmanabhan, it seems that you have upset Kerala's journalists now more than the governor has by saying that they have links with terrorists. Would you want to apologize for that statement or take it back? Since you've made that statement in the show, maybe you would want to apologize and take back that statement and reframe what you were trying to say?
Even at the cost of my life, I won't apologize. One. Two, Kerala Working Journalists Union are upset now because the governor asked them to go out. Where were they when the CM asked them to get out? The Chief Minister of Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan, asked them to get out of the room to which they were invited. They just went out. No protest, nothing. They are biased. They are biased even in their response to those insults which they had to suffer. When Chief Minister insulted them, they just swallowed it. I don't agree with neither with the governor nor with the Chief Minister. Both of them should not have asked the journalists to get out. Number two, Kerala Working Journalists Union is not the just one organization.
Oops, we have lost our connection to Mr. Padmanabhan just when he was making an interesting point. Shaji, I'll give you 10 seconds to respond and then I'll wrap up this, wrap up this conversation. You were smiling at what he is saying. He's saying, I will not apologize, even if I have to pay with it for my life. But go ahead. I think he was being rhetorical. Go ahead. Just make the point that you want to and why you were smiling, and then we'll wrap this discussion.
Humbly, I am inviting Mr. Padmanabhan to the state headquarters of KUWJ Thiruvananthapuram, and we can show him the visuals of whenever the Chief Minister or the other political leaders went against the journalists. Or every such occasion, we taken a stand firmly against whoever in power, irrespective of their ideologies, irrespective of their politics. And in the case of this Chief Minister, we are particular. When he told some approaching media people to move out, I myself taken a stand. Most of my colleagues in the KUW taken a stand. We raised our protest in whatever possible means. And I am telling once again to Padmanabhan, kindly come to Trivandrum, kindly come to our office, and we will show you the documents or the evidences of the stance taken by us against Pinarayi Vijayan or the Chief Minister.
Okay, we leave it there then. Maybe Mr. Padmanabhan can come to your office and have a cup of tea/coffee with you. We leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much, Ashutosh, Mr. Paul, Shaji, and Mr. Padmanabhan for joining us. On that note, I'm slipping into a very quick break on the show. There's more news coming up on the other side. Do stay with us.